What's going on, everybody? UFC Vegas 15, Blades versus Lewis is here. Another weekend, another fight card. To be honest, guys, not the best card from both sides, from a betting standpoint and just a name standpoint. Not too excited about this one, but we have some big cards coming up in December. Very excited for those. Obviously, we have a pay-per-view coming up on the 12th. And then followed by, I personally think, the real pay-per-view on December 19th, guys. That card is stacked. Crazy fights. Obviously, the Chimaev and Edwards fight. That Chimaev fight, I don't know why. I'm just looking forward to it so much. I really want to see how that pans out when he's stepping up against Leon. It's a big step up for him. So we were going to see if he is for real. Awesome card. Excited for that in December. You know, I some plays on cards. I don't love anything this week, but I'm going to go over the main card like usual. And then if you do, guys, for all you degenerates that bet and do your parlays or whatever the case may be, hopefully you get some good information. Last week wasn't great, guys. Probably one of my worst weeks I've had in months. Obviously a rare losing week. Had no luck in the decision bets. Now, I was on the right side of many of the fights. Like, we did have Moreno. He did win the fight. I did have him on a straight up, but it's minus 188. I don't like giving out a minus 188 play for the most part, so I tried to get the decision prop at plus 137. Obviously did not go to a decision. We had Valentina. Obviously I liked Valentina to win the fight. I had her by finish. She didn't get the finish. Maya fought a little better than expected. She was close there at the end. Obviously, when she decided to strike, she just struck her the whole fight. But we had the KO there, so we missed on that. And then we missed on the parlay. We had Rodriguez in a parlay with Buckley. Buckley, obviously, easy one. I had a small play on the KO as well. But yeah, we had Buckley, Rodriguez. Rodriguez didn't show up. It was close. It was a close fight. But Rodriguez couldn't control the distance in that fight. That's what lost him the fight. Very bad distance control, and he wasn't able to get it done. There's a 29-28 type of fight. It was close. It could have went Rodriguez's way, but I think the right guy won that fight. Let's get back on track this week. Like I said, I don't love this card. But I always do find some value, usually towards the end of the week here. Please like and subscribe my channel. New touches and video is going to be coming soon after Christmas and the New Year. So I'll have some new video stuff and some new video editing, etc. So I'm excited for that. Also check out systemsportscapping.com. I'm having a 50% month of December sale. 50% off my subscription for the month of December. So if you always were wondering how it works or want a perfect time to get involved, just go to my website, click on services, and you'll see it there in bright red. Just want to give a shout out to Bryce Mitchell's team. If you see behind me there, you can see the Thug Nasty and the Cook 'em to the bone stickers. They sent them out to me. It's pretty awesome. So I want to thank you guys. You probably guys aren't watching this, but I just want to give them a shout out for sending me these stickers as a fan. And they reached out to me. They're not Bryce, I'm pretty sure, but their management team reached out and sent me those. So thank you. I did put them up for this video. Let's get right into it, guys. Main event. It's an ugly one, but we're going to break it down like usual. Blades minus 350 versus Lewis plus 275. Value bells going off for Lewis plus 275. Interesting main event we have here, guys. Two styles clashing, of course, right? Power puncher versus wrestler. Lewis has been really trying to work on his wrestling. He's been mentioning it. I've been seeing it in videos. He's heavy, right? He could be tough to keep down. However, Blades is a world-class heavyweight wrestler, right? Impressive back-to-back victories over Volkov and Dos Santos. In that Volkov fight, he knew he couldn't stand with him, right, for the 5 rounds. So he just wrestled his way to a decision victory. And however, versus Dos Santos, he got the knockout in the second. So, right, so a lot of people hate on Blades, his style. People don't like his style. However, he does have 2 finishes in his last 4. So I'm not too sure what people are saying there. You know, the Volkov fight, he fought the way he needed to win that fight. Ugly, just kept him on the ground, wrestled him. You know, it wasn't pretty, but it was smart, and it got the job done. It shows me that he listens to his team, right? He's a smarter fighter, and he knows what needs to be done to get a specific win. He will need to wrestle in this one, right, as well to get the victory, in my opinion. Lewis coming off a nice win versus Oleinik, where he avoided a dangerous early submission on the ground, which was impressive, and he showed his willing to hang around on the ground. A 3-fight win streak. And looking to get back as a top contender with a win over Blades, right? If Lewis wins this fight, you know, he's not too far off from a title shot. So that'll be interesting here. See how he comes out. Lewis will need to, in my opinion, he's going to need to KO Blades, and I think it's going to have to be fairly early, right? It could happen. It could happen with Lewis. Blades, I haven't really seen him get knocked out only one time. So I don't know how bad his chin is, to be honest. But you know, if this fight, you know, if they fought 10 times, Blades would win 8, in my opinion, right? And the 2 losses would be Lewis catching him, or he catches him, you know, Blades falls, and then Lewis jumps on top of him and just ground and pounds him, right? So I think Blades wins this fight 8 out of 10 times due to his wrestling and him taking Lewis down, right? If you look at it, most of his opponents that Lewis fought was able to take him down, right? Guys that don't even use takedowns are able to take down Lewis. So I think Blades is going to have no issue taking him down. It might be an ugly fight, guys. Might be Blades taking him down, controlling the ground, trying to get some ground and pound. Right? It's just this price is not worth betting at minus 350. For you parlay players out there, throw them in a parlay, sure. Like I said, 8 out of 10 times Blades wins this fight. Does Lewis catch him? Possible. Very possible. But Blades should win this fight. Outcome is tough, guys. It's tough to call an outcome here. I would lean for it to not go the distance and for it to be a finish. I don't see it going 5 rounds unless it's just Blades controlling him on the ground with his wrestling and not doing much on the ground like kind of the Volkov fight. So it's possible. It's possible that this does go 5. However, if you ask me to choose, I would say it does not go 5. Just because maybe some cardio issues with Lewis and whatnot. Even though Lewis has been looking better cardio-wise. So I just don't think it will go 5. And there is some value to take the outcome Blades to finish. Next fight here, guys. It's going to be short, this video. Next fight, Smith, minus 138 versus Clark, plus 110. Smith is back in the ring again, guys. The losses aren't affecting him. He wants to continue to fight, and good on him, right? Smith hasn't looked great in the ring, though. You know, it is an appealing price at minus 138 against a big step down in competition. You know, Clark is a solid wrestler, very strong, and you'll look to take down. Right, we've seen in Smith's last fight with Rakic, he just took him down and controlled the fight there. That's what worries me a little bit from not pulling the trigger on Smith. I just can't bet on Smith's fights anymore, guys. You know, his path to victory for Clark is just to do exactly what Rakic did. Rakic was the bigger guy, though. He was able to just control that there. Boring win from Rakic, but he got it done. Right, the one thing where I lean with Smith is it's a huge step down in competition for Smith. Look at the guys he's been fighting, right? So that's something to look at here. He's been fighting top guys in this division for years now. You know, Clark does have back-to-back wins versus Townsend and Menafield. Menafield's solid fighter, you know, more just known for his power, but he was able to get a win there. He also has a loss versus Rakic as well. So both guys, you know, lost to Rakic here. You know, people will be on Smith here because the number. I understand. Getting Anthony Smith, minus 138, almost a fight that he needs to win, right? It's almost like a fight that he needs to win. I get it. So for you parlay players, I would put Smith in the parlay. Just due to the price and for him to win. I just don't like betting on Anthony Smith anymore, guys. Just how he's looking. He's not looking great in the ring. He is not looking good in there. So I get it. I get why people are on it because the value. I won't be on it from a straight up standpoint. Outcome is tough, very tough to call an outcome in this one. I would lean a decision win and maybe over the 2.5 rounds. Just because if this does get to the ground and Clark does get him to the ground here, it's going to just eat up time. I don't think Clark's going to be able to do much on the ground. I think he just can control him there due to his strength and size. So, lean decision here and over the 2.5 rounds. But it is tough fight. I'll be staying away from it, and a lean Smith win here. Next fight, this is an ugly one, guys. Parker Porter plus 170 versus Josh Parsin minus 200. Parson, this isn't a fight to get involved in, guys. It's an ugly heavyweight fight between two guys who nobody really cares about. Maybe Parson, sure. He's been getting better each fight coming from the Dana White Contender Series. The price just seems a bit high for minus 200 for a middle-of-the-road heavyweight guy. I do think Parson does get the win here. It's just minus 200 is crazy. And I don't like putting heavyweight fights, middle-of-the-road guys in parlays. Right? Two fight parlays that I do play. It's not something that I can get to. Like I said, he did look good in Contender Series. Porter's coming off a quick loss to Daukaus. Quick KO loss. Daukaus very solid fighter. This was a big step up in class for him. Porter hasn't really fought anybody, hasn't really beat anybody. I don't see this fight going 3. That's one thing maybe to look at here. It's a heavyweight fight, guys. Anything could happen, especially middle of the road guys, right? Could end quick, could go 3, and it could be just sloppy and ugly. Right? Stay away is the pick for me. Stay away, ladies and gentlemen. You asked me to play. I always give my opinion. It's Parson, right? Minus 200. Parson's, there's a reason why Josh is a minus 200. It looks like he has been training a lot. He has been looking to get better in each of his fights. So I do lean his way. But the minus 200 is not appealing. It's something I'll be off. Next fight here, Miguel Baez minus 160 versus Sato. Sato plus 130. Should be a good fight, guys. It's probably one of the more exciting fights on the card. Could be fight of the night candidate type of fight. Baez is undefeated at 9-0. Coming off a win versus a vet in Matt Brown, where both guys got hurt there. But Baez was to show why he was 8-0 and why he's still undefeated. Getting that win over a vet in Matt Brown. Sato maybe a bit of a step up here for Baez. Both guys like to throw heavy hands, and I can see some of those heavy shots and kicks being landed in this one, guys. I think Baez, though, does have the slight advantage just because he's a much better grappler. So I think if he does decide to get Sato down to the ground by finding out that he does have some power, Sato, I think that would be the smart path to victory for him. He's better all around, right? If he has more paths to victory, does Miguel. So that's why I do like Miguel here. Sato could catch him, though. Definitely could catch him with some heavy strikes. I don't rule that out. But I do like Baez to get this done. This is a fight I also don't see going 3 rounds, guys. I don't see this one going 3. It could end up even sooner than the third rounds. Maybe under the 2.5 would be a look. But yeah, it should be a good fight. I think it'll stay up striking. But if Miguel finds that Sato's power is too much, he could bring it to the ground where he has the advantage. If I was coaching him, that's what I would say. I would say get this fight to the ground, strike a bit, see how that works. Miguel's a good striker. Don't get me wrong. But Sato's power may be an issue. Could be an issue. We've seen wobble Miguel in that fight. And then he was able to bounce back. So, yeah, it's something to keep in mind here. I can't go all in on Miguel. But I do lean his way. Last one here, guys. Fun one. Another fun one. I think these are the 2 best fights. The 2 earlier fights on the main card. Spike Carlisle minus 170. The Gingers back versus Bill Algoro plus 150. Value alert, guys. Value alert with Bill here. This line looks a bit high. However, I do think it's the right guy's favorite in Spike. We did see Bill actually come off a hard-fought loss to Lamos. He was able to stand with him. He was able to get up from a lot of Ricardo's takedowns, but in the end, Lamos, his experience was too much. He did hurt him a bit though in that fight. If I recall, I think he was cut, Lamos, in that fight. Spike, he's just an animal, gas tank for days. He is very strong for this division, maybe one of the strongest. I think he'll look to take down. I think he'll look to grapple and bring Bill down. But Bill has shown he was able to get up from those takedowns. Like I said, value definitely with the fighter. If you're going to play this, I think you want to look Bill's way. Just because I do think he has a lot of... I think striking it may have an advantage here with volume. He throws a lot of strikes. So I think he does have some advantage here, maybe sneaking out a decision win. I think this fight can definitely go all the way, get to a decision. Both guys have gas tanks. I think both could, they can get hit and it won't be an issue. I don't really see a TKO, submission possibly, but I don't see either guy getting knocked out here. So I would look at the over 1.5, 2.5, and possible go to the decision here. And I would lean on the value here at plus 150. I think there's some value with Bill here. It's just hard to bet against Spike. Even though, that Billy Quarantino fight, that was a crazy fight, and Billy was able to pull it off, but Spike did look good and have his moments in that fight. So it's a fight that I would, maybe sprinkle a little on the dog. I'm not overly thrilled on it, but I like the over in rounds. Prop bet over in rounds, maybe the fight to go to the decision. All right, guys, that will do it. Quick one from me. This is, like I said, not the best card, but we have some great cards coming up in December. So look out for those. I'll have some definitely longer videos there. Remember, all my best bets and personal plays are sent to my subscribers on Friday. Check out my website, systemsportscapping.com. December sale, 50% off for the holidays. Hopefully, I do see some of you guys jump on board. Like I always say, guys, bet smart and know your limits. Take